Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a new HOTS topic.
Today we will be talking about creepy, slimy, and purely evil, the old gods.
So, brother, you know who the old gods are.
Yes, I certainly do.
So I had this crazy idea for Heroes of the Storm. So you know your core, the one thing you need to protect and destroy from your enemy's team.
Certainly.
What if you played a character so powerful he was that particular core?
Well, it sounds amazing. I mean, yes, I have all the power. I am the center of attention. But how are you going to influence things like team battles or like other things? And how are you going to do this if multiple people want to play some kind of that hero?
Well, okay, so first off, Blizzard has balanced the game and so that some particular heroes won't end up in the same match, such as Cho'Gall and Nova and Abathur won't end up in the same match.
Why not?
Well, they saw that those heroes together made for a very bad team composition, so they just don't end up, so it's more fair that way. And
So you can't have a team with only old gods, people.
so you can't have a team with only old gods. You can only have one of them on your team. And how they would play is, well, first of all, you would look at Abathur. Abathur plays very similarly. He plays very, what do you go, off location perhaps. And he has abilities to affect globally, and you support your teammate by possessing them or
Jesus.
What?
Like, la 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 la, suddenly all tentacles around you.
No, help me! Ah!
I will take over your body now.
Indeed.
Actually, they sound pretty nice, the old gods. Like, if you ever play the, of course they speak of doom and death and other things.
They have a nice buttery voice, yes.
Yes, they have a nice voice.
So that, but not only if you look at Abathur's gameplay, you could also look at different MOBAs. No, I forgot what its name was, but there are MOBAs who have included the RTS style gameplay into their MOBA. So one of the players is an RTS player who controls the minions and the towers. Now, of course, old gods won't be controlling every creep wave and every tower themselves, but they would perhaps generate an X amount of minions and play similar to how the Vikings play, but a lot weaker. And you would control these semi-mercenaries that you empower with your abilities.
That sounds nice. I mean, it. On one hand, of course, you are going to face balancing issues. Sorry, I look at people when I talk. You're going to face balancing issues to make this thing at least as powerful as a normal hero, and not too powerful.
Yeah, it will be especially would be a specialist class. I'm thinking of abilities that buff towers and structures, buff creep waves, buff heroes, and control minions of their own.
Doesn't Enzoth have a card in here that's a tentacle?
Yes, Enzoth gets some tentacles. Also, what you could potentially do is have creep like Sagara that spreads a sort of creep, and you can place minor structures on that particular creep. Like
It'll be fun to place like little towers, like Ignoth.
Iginoth,
Yeah, that eye thing. That's the heart of the tree.
the heart of the
Yeah.
nightmare.
I saw bits of footage that he has tentacles with like mouths.
Oh yeah, he has
and
two different
eye
kinds of
lasers.
tentacles I know of. So yeah, the different characters I'm thinking of are Sithun, Yogg-Saron, Enzoth, and Yashiraj.
Yeah.
And I will throw in Iginoth as a bonus because why not?
But this cannot only be done for Warcraft. This can also be done for Starcraft. Not the old gods. No, the Hive Mind.
The Hive Mind comes to mind. Perhaps what was the dude again? The antagonist of the third expansion.
I can't remember his name.
Something with an A.
Amon.
Amon in either his like avatar form or in his regular form, but I prefer his avatar form because he was way more badass that way. And you have this one thing with a Zat, a very difficult name. He was named after a Babylonian god who embodied time. A large green primal Zerg.
Oh yeah, that asshole. Excuse my
That
language.
particular hard boss fight.
Yes.
I didn't find him, so I think I beat him in one go. But of course, I'm not playing on a very high difficulty. But yeah, him. Those could also be core characters.
Yeah, the only one that comes to mind that particularly wouldn't have that would be like retro Blizzard games. Overwatch. I don't see Overwatch having a core hero.
Nope.
What other games are there? World of Warcraft.
Diablo.
Diablo. Well,
You could. Lich.
Bale. I know.
No, I think
Belial.
I think you shouldn't
Belial.
put too many of these characters in, but on the long run, I think a few of them would definitely. But some people have suggested, what if these were maps rather than playable characters?
Maps would be fun too. But
Like Blackheart and Crowfather. But let me ask you a question: do you really want to play as Blackheart?
well, I would want to play as Blackheart, not like Blackheart's Bay, but I would want to play as Blackheart or like the Crowfather. I mean, it would be interesting to see characters from the Nexus themselves.
Well,
once.
I don't. I wouldn't care. But would you really want to play as Sithun?
Yes, I would want to play
You
as
would
an all-consuming monster.
He would be way better than a ghost pirate, wouldn't he?
Yes, I would root for Sithun more than Blackheart.
So yeah, so these characters are cool to play. They are aesthetically pleasing. And some suggest that, well, maybe it's a map that goes back to the Black Empire. First of all, we don't see characters having sway over the Nexus that aren't part of the Nexus. And of course we would like to play these characters, and you can always roleplay the Black Empire if you and your friends are on separate teams and you play as an old god. So I think these characters aesthetically are cooler if you could play them as characters.
Yes.
Every single one of them could have, for example, Yoxeron could have Faceless, or Nerubians, and Yasharaj Manted,
yeah.
and no, Enzoth could have Faceless, Yoxeron could have Nerubians, Iginoth could have Nightmares, Yoxeron could have,
You already went to Yoxeron.
yeah, I know, and Manted, and Sithun could have those Anchorai bugs, whose name we forgot.
Anchorage bugs.
Whose name we forgot. It's almost the tip of my tongue, I can't remember.
Me neither. But I know you could treat this release as another what was it called? Like it's bigger. It was
Release?
yeah. It was like you had the cinematic with the Queen of Blades and Alarak and Zarya who showed up and blah blah blah. You know, the one that last came out with the
Legacy of the Void?
No.
StarCraft expansion?
No, not an expansion of StarCraft. Expansion like a big update for Heroes of the Storm StarCraft theme, like the internal conflict and
Oh yeah.
war machines.
Oh yeah, you could treat it like such, yes.
Yes.
You could have a Black Empire map, but if you don't play Old God, the core would simply be perhaps a building, or perhaps like a
That would just be fun.
idol, like an idol that was corrupted, you know, like the old god itself wasn't there. But do imagine this, you play as the character whom the enemy team has to defeat to win the map.
One thing that comes to mind, by the way, there is one thing that as a hero would be overpowered, but it would be like, I don't know if this character would ever be in the Nexus. Sargeras. Have you ever thought about that?
Sargeras, I haven't thought about Sargeras yet. But maybe
Titan
this-
Keepers, maybe? Like
Titan,
Odin?
yeah, those characters could make characters into the Nexus. I mean, we see heroes take on these kind of powerful characters. We see Varian in one shot a Valweaver, and if these characters aren't made ultra large, and if you fight as the avatar of Sargeras rather than Sargeras himself, they could potentially reach the power level that we like to see in Heroes of the Storm.
Yeah. Also, I have been watching through videos and heroes people want to see. Of course, Garage, Gromage come to mind, but also the aspects.
Yeah, but I think a video about the elemental aspects would be one of its own. And I think
Okay.
we can wrap this video up about the Old Gods. So to me, the Old Gods sound like a crazy cool idea.
To me too. It is, of course, it is difficult to imagine how the game would play, but it is certainly something Blizzard should experiment with.
Yes.
A core hero.
Yeah, a core hero. That was what we had in mind. Until the next HOTS topic.
See you next time.